Yudhishthir now was seated as the king of Hastinapur. Sri Krishna announced, "My work is done. I shall leave for Dwarika." At that time, when he was about to leave, Kunti Devi came in between. And she, with great devotion and affection, pleaded to Sri Krishna. She said, "You are the support of our life. You are the basis of our bhakti. How will we spend our time without you? Can you not stay on in Hastinapur with us?" So she offers beautiful prayers. She says, "O Sri Krishna, who can understand you? When I was in Braj and I saw your Braj Leela, I was astonished. Yashoda Maya had a stick in her hand and she was scolding you, 'Have you eaten mud? Open your mouth.' And you were crying, shedding tears, 'Maya, I have not eaten mud. Please leave me.' At that time I was thinking, Vaktram niniya bhaya bhavanaya stitasya, that Supreme Lord from whom even Yamraj trembles, who is Kalatma Bhagavan, is fearful of the stick of his mother. What an amazing Leela, my Lord, you are doing." So she recounts the different Leelas of Krishna, and Krishna responds. He says, "Kunti, I am very pleased with your bhakti. Ask what you want. Varam bruhi." So Kunti, she asked Krishna this famous boon, which is quoted again and again in spiritual lectures. She said, "Vipada santu nashashvat tatra tatra jagat guru." "Oh Sri Krishna, please give me vipattis. Please give me hardships, tribulations, obstacles, difficulties." Sri Krishna said, "Kunti, what are you asking? Are you out of your mind? All of India asks, Sukha sampati ghar aave kashtamite tanaka om jai jagadish hare. You are saying, give me difficulties, Sukha sampati sab jave?" Kunti said, "My Lord, you know everything." "No, that's all right, but say it. Let other people also hear." So Kunti said, "Janmaishwarya shruta shribhire dhama namadah puman naivar hatya vidhatum vaitvam kinchana gocharam." My Lord, the more opulences we have, the more Aishwarya, the more treasures, opportunities for happiness in this world, the more we are inclined to forget you and turn towards the world. Bhavato darshanam yatsya, the punar bhava darshanam. So when we are disappointed in the world, when we realize that this world is a place of misery and suffering, it's natural that we turn around from here and look towards you. So because my goal is spiritual elevation, not material enhancement, I would rather you give me miseries than give me a comfortable worldly situation. You see, there's so much of wisdom in these words. When we experience an uncomfortable worldly situation, we feel distraught. Is God annoyed with me? My luck is bad, my destiny is bad, why is God doing this to me? However, God says, these are all forms of my grace. I give you difficulties so that you may develop detachment from the world and look towards me with enthusiasm. Make God realization the goal of your life. So difficulties are not a bad thing. Difficulties are also a blessing. There is a beautiful story I like to relate in this regard. One boy, in his garden of his house, he found on the bush a cocoon. So he was very pleased. He said, with my own eyes I will see the butterfly emerging from here. So every day while going to school and while coming back, he would check it out. Has the butterfly started coming out? I want to see the drama with my own eyes. Then one day, sure enough, he found there was a dot on the cocoon. The butterfly had started tearing it apart. He was transfixed. Every 1 hour he would go to check. And the cocoon had got torn a little bit. The butterfly had poked its head out. It was now emerging slowly, slowly. He was seeing nature at work, rapt with attention and fascination. However, after some time, he found the butterfly had got stuck. It was not able to come out any further. And the cocoon was bobbing up and down. He found that the butterfly's stomach was too fat. It was not able to pull it out, so it was stuck there. This boy felt pity. He said, let me do my good deed for this butterfly today. He took a pair of scissors and cut the cocoon into two, releasing the butterfly. The butterfly fell onto the floor. He thought it will soon fly away. But he discovered the butterfly is not flying. And he found its stomach was swollen and its wings were shriveled. He thought this would soon change. The stomach would shrink and the wings would fill up. But he did not know this would never be. That struggle was necessary for the butterfly. In that struggle, it would have pressed the fluid from its stomach into the wings. Without that struggle, its stomach would ever remain swollen and its wings would remain shriveled. Similarly, when God gives us difficulties, hardships, tribulations, it's His way of teaching us how to fill our wings for the flight ahead. He wants us to grow, not materially, but spiritually, in our qualities of determination, tolerance, perseverance, etc. But we look for somebody who can cut the cocoon, who can help us avoid the difficulties without realizing that these difficulties are also God's blessing. So Kunti Devi is conveying that message to all of us by requesting Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna said, Kunti, what an astonishing boon you are asking for. All your life you faced hardships. Kunti was the son of Pandu, who was cursed. She never had the happiness of a wife. And in her youth itself, Pandu passed away, leaving her a widow. And after that, she and her sons had to face the torment of Dhritarashtra's 100 sons led by Duryodhana. And Sri Krishna is saying, there was an attempt to burn you in that house of wax. And after that, There were so many humiliations heaped upon you, and you had to suffer 12 years in exile and 1 year in hiding. And finally, this big battle, after it is all over, and you are the Maharani. As the mother of Yudhishthir, you are the Maharani of Hastinapur, and God is saying, ask what you like. And you are saying, oh God, give me hardships. So Kunti said, my Lord, each time I had hardships, I found myself internally closer to you. And that's what I am looking for. So nevertheless, on Kunti's request, Sri Krishna continued to stay in Hastinapur for a few months.